I'm having the best year I've ever had trading gold. And after a lot of reflection, I've realized something very important. My entire strategy really comes down to just 3 simple concepts. Sticking to these concepts has helped me stay consistent and confident in my gold trading. So in today's video, I'm gonna break them down step by step and walk through exactly how I apply each concept. Now, just a quick note, this is not financial advice and I'm not guaranteeing any results. I'm just sharing what works for me personally. Now, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's jump into the charts. Now, the first concept of utter importance to my gold trading strategy is support and resistance zones. You can see I'm setting up a resistance level here and a support level right here. When price is at this resistance level, it is pushing down. When price is at this resistance level again, it is pushing down. When price is at this support level, it's pushing up. And so when price is again at this support level, I'm expecting it to push up. Now, this may seem incredibly simple, but the foundations of all of my trading strategies are simple concepts, and that's really important. So once I've established my resistance and my support, the level between this is the trading range, and I'm expecting price to bounce between this range for a significant period of time. And why do I expect that? I expect that because I'm a range trader. And if we ask ChatGPT, how often does the Forex market range versus trend, it's going to tell us that the Forex market ranges more than it trends. It tells us right here the market ranges 65 to 75% of the time. I feel like it's more 75 to 80% of the time, and it only trends 25 to 35% of the time. So what that means for my overall gold trading strategy is I can expect my support levels to hold more often than they break. But obviously there's confirmations that I want in every single trade, and I'll continue to show those as I go through this video. So if I go into my VIP gold room right here, this was the analysis I was doing on this trading position. After sending the analysis, I set the stop loss to break even after 6 minutes, hit my first profit level a couple minutes after that, and my second profit level about 40 minutes after that. So let's break down that trade in much more detail. What was I looking for? Well, I had a trend line right here. I was looking for this level to break, okay? I had 1, 2, 3 touches and a break right there, and that break happens at my support level, so price starts to push up. Then, as always, I'm looking for a pullback. I want price to pull back to a level, right? So basically break out of that support, retest the support. These are the confirmations for taking the trade, but I'm not done there. I have to do more levels. So you could see here, this was where I decided to exit the trading position. This was a level of resistance, and there was also a significant fair value gap, which I'll get into during concept number 2. And if we zoom out a little bit here and I pull this across, this is actually a really good level. Why? This level was used as support. It was used as support again. It was used as support. It was then used as resistance as price pushed down. So this ended up being a very strong level, creating a new smaller range here. So that is the level that I used to target my profit. So let's zoom in a little bit further here and I'll show you exactly how the trade played out. I tapped in, it pushed up, and it smashed my profit level right here. And this was an absolute sniper entry right here, which isn't always going to happen, but foundational, simple concepts definitely help me get results like this with my gold trading strategy. Now, before I get into the second concept, let's take a look at the live chart right now on gold, okay? Look, we've got a level of resistance right here, a level of support down here, and it looks like price is starting to reject off of that resistance, as I'm always trading inside of these different ranges, right? Now, before I zoom in, considering this is an obvious uptrend, I'm really only looking for buy trading positions. So if I zoom in at this most recent range, very similar to the range I was just showing you, I would be taking buy trade here, exiting here, a buy trade here, exiting here, a buy trade here, exiting here. And I actually did take a buy trade here as price pushed up to here, which I'll show you a little bit later in the video. But the point is, I'm always setting up these support and resistance levels to help me get winning entries in my gold trading strategy. Now, before I get into the next concept, I want to share a tip. I do this all the time in my live stream. You can see here, there was a pullback, right? Now at the top of that pullback right there is a level that I like to target for a partial profit. So when price pushes through this level right there, I'm gonna take my first partial profit right there. In this case, it was around 0.9% of the trading position, and I'll take like 30% off of the trade right here, at which point I'll take my stop loss, set that to break even. Then I'll let the rest of the trade play out, and then ideally collect the rest of the profits. Now, if the trade comes down and hits my break even, that's okay. I've taken 30% off. I have a win, and this helps me with my confidence because I'm winning more trades and still building up my trading account. Now let's get into another trade and an incredible concept that I use in my gold trading strategy. Now, the second simple concept in my 2026 gold trading strategy is fair value gaps. Now, I was just showing you this chart. This was a live chart a second ago because I just placed a trade on this chart yesterday. And what am I doing? First thing I'm doing, marking up that resistance, and I'm marking up that support, right? I'm getting those zones ready to trade from. So yesterday I was looking at the markets right here. I also use a 200 period EMA just to kind of help me trade with the trend. I want to make sure price is above that level when I'm looking for my buy trades. And on gold, I'm pretty much looking for buy trades all the time. So first thing I had was my level of resistance right here. And then I had my level of support right here, giving me a lot of buying opportunities. But I'm always looking for confirmation, right? Just selling from this level and buying from this level isn't enough. I'm always looking for a little bit more than that. I'm looking for impulsive price moves and fair value gaps. So you could see right here, we get that impulsive price move, and then I get the pullback. You know, I'm always looking to get in on pullbacks as well. I'm trying to get discounted price. I'll tell you about that in concept number 3 in more detail. When I get this impulsive price move off of this level right here, it creates a fair value gap, which is a level of market imbalance that price will frequently react off of. And I love using this in my gold trading strategy. If you don't know what a fair value gap is, it's just a 3 candle pattern. So you could see there are 3 candle patterns right there. And when there's an impulsive move in the market, an aggressive push up, we frequently see imbalances, or as I call them, fair value gaps, right? So that is just this level right here. This wick does not come down to cover it. This wick does not come up to cover it, which creates a level of imbalance right here that needs to be filled by the market participants. There are a ton of buy orders in this area, so I'm expecting price to come back to that level and react upwards. So on this trade, I had the support level and I got a very impulsive move, right? On that impulsive move, there was a creation of the fair value gap, so that became my entry instead of waiting for price to come all the way back down there, because I didn't think that it would, and I still wanted to provide this analysis to my group. So this trade I did on the higher time frame. My concepts work on H1, M5. So on this trade, it's actually a higher time frame trade. I sent this around 2 o'clock in the morning. I know I never really sleep. And then around 9 a.m., I was able to hit my first take profit, and at 11 a.m., I was able to hit the second take profit. All of this in my trading room. So whether I'm on the 5-minute or the 1 hour, it doesn't matter. Price came to that fair value gap, tapped in, I entered the trade on the way up, and then price started to push in my direction here, eventually smashing the take profit with a huge candle right there. And price did happen to push up even further. I could have had an even better entry on this one. And look, if I continue to play this out, this really continued to push up significantly over the past day, and right now we are all the way up much higher than this. Let me speed this up a little bit to show you exactly what happened on this trading position. So obviously I could have done even better on this one if I pulled this up to here, but I told you in the first example that I am a range trader, right? So I'm always expecting price to stay inside of the range. So sometimes I will miss out on some of these huge profits here, but I'm able to sustain confidence and a higher win rate using my 2026 gold trading strategy. Now, there's only one more concept in my gold trading strategy, but before I show you that, if you're wondering where I trade in 2026, it's with the Triple AFX brokerage. The commissions are low, the spreads are low, it's MetaTrader. I've consistently been taking my withdrawals successfully, and they've been nice enough to sponsor the video. So if you want to support the channel, click the link in the description, and let's get into that third concept. Concept number 3 in my gold trading strategy for 2026 2026 is always getting price at a discount. Now, I'm showing you an ugly chart to start with step one, right? Step one is I'm always setting up that support and resistance, and it's not always easy, but we have our support level. We have a resistance level right here. We have a recent price touch right there. So I'm making sure that's in the resistance. And there is also this third zone right here in the middle, right? I understand setting these support and resistance levels isn't always going to be easy, but over time it gets easier, right? We have this level right here is pushing price up. We have this level right here is pushing price down. And then we have a new level in the middle, pushing price up and also pushing price down. So it's been acting as both support and resistance, making it a strong level. That is the first concept. As I zoom in here, I'm looking for what? A strong reaction, an impulsive move, right? Creating what? Creating a fair value gap. And that's exactly what I get right there. I get that impulsive move and I create the fair value gap, giving me a place where I could potentially enter my trading position. Now, as I'm waiting for the price to come down to that level, I'm starting to think about discounted price. And what do I mean by discounted price? That's where the Fibonacci gets involved. So come to the left side of your screen right there, click on Fibonacci retracement. What I'm going to do is I'm going to measure from the beginning of the move to the end of the current move, swing low to the swing high, and I'm going to pull that over. Basically, I want to make sure price is always below 50%. All that is telling me that I'm getting a significant enough pullback that price is now considered at a discount. So I have my level of support. I'm getting a good reaction there. I have my fair value gap right here, that market imbalance, and I also have a significant pullback below 50% because I want to get that price discount. So at this point, I provided my analysis. It was about 4:30 in the morning. Again, I never sleep. I'm only trading. About an hour after that, I was able to hit the first profit level, and then I moved my stop loss to entry around 4 hours after that, and eventually closed the position manually for just over 2%. And I want you to know, I'm not showing you my VIP trading room to get you to join. I'm just showing it so that you know I'm actually placing these trades and I'm actually following the gold trading strategy that I'm providing, that I'm not just making this stuff up and not actually following through with my actions. So as price comes to my level, it taps in. Price pushed up immediately. At around this level right here, I took my first partial profit. Then I waited for price to push up a little bit more. I didn't set my break even yet. I waited for a little bit more of a push. I set my break even when price was around this level right here. So that was now a risk-free trade, taking around 30% off of the order at the TP1 and letting the 70% ride all the way up to TP2, where I exited manually. And why did I exit manually right here? Because we had the level of resistance, right? We had that resistance level. So I was starting to be concerned price would push down. And you could see after price consolidated here a little bit, it did immediately after that start to push down. So I was right about my decision that the price would range, as you could see it playing out right there. And where is it coming to? Is it coming to my level again? That's what I'm always watching, right? And look at this right here, a fair value gap formed right there. And if I pull that fair value gap across, it would have provided a couple of trading opportunities, entering a buy here, entering another buy here, as I'm always watching my levels and trying to find new trading opportunities. So now that I've simplified my analysis, my gold trading strategy is ready for all of 2026. Obviously, there's a lot of discretion in trading. You can learn more from the links in the video description. Feel free to join me. Smash that like button, leave a comment if you have any questions. Watch this video right here, watch this video right here, and I'll be back next week. Much love.